I don't use the word ancestor worship because I think that it was used mistakenly by mainly European anthropologists who came into Africa and other areas trying to explain something which they had no basis for understanding. And so they simplistically reduced it to talking about worshiping the dead. Ancestor communion it's much deeper than that. First of all, and to answer this now, I have to get very deep. Has to do with a whole different way of understanding the universe. It has to do with a whole different philosophical concept of time, for instance, where in the European worldview, you have a lineal conception of past, present, and future. And those are separated and distinguished from each other. And you can't really, if you're in one, you don't have access to the other. So we're in the present, we can't deal with the future, and we can't communicate with the past. So what they saw was the dead, and they saw the living trying to talk to the dead, and then they talked about worshiping the dead. In the African conception, you have a concept of time which is sacred. It is cyclical. It therefore transcends those lineal categories of past, present, and future. We get beyond those. We're not dealing with those anymore. We're dealing with a reality which makes everything one. Everything is a whole. And that's what happens in the most sacred concepts of African people.
Even time.
Even time. Okay, and that's what happens in our rituals. You see, we are able to experience another kind of time frame where everything is one, everything is together. Now, if that were true, then it would be no problem in you communicating with your ancestors because you're all together. So that's one aspect of the concept of ancestor communion, all right? Now, why is it important to have this communication? Because for the African, to get strength, you have to be whole. And the most important thing is the community. And the community is made up of, some say, the dead, the living, and the yet unborn. Most properly speaking, you can't even use the term dead, you see. But
because?
Okay, you can't use the term dead because in terms of spiritual realities, which are the most important for us, when one physically dies, one is not dead totally. In fact, a very important part of your existence, a very important stage in your development as a human being is as an ancestor. Throughout your life, you continue to grow, you continue to develop, you continue to get wiser, okay, because you know more, you learn more about the culture, you learn more about your traditions, and also you're getting closer to that thing we talked about before, the source, okay? But whatever that source of power is, you're getting closer, so you're getting smarter in a sense, you're getting wiser. So when you become an elder, you are wise, you are also more spiritual. But then, when you die physically, you just cross over into another stage of your existence.
Now, let me ask you this.